Hi there, Maureen here for Do Till Church with a musical fun with a Maureen moment. Welcome to the other side of my workspace. This is about 3 feet from where I normally am. This is my keyboard in my upstairs loft. So today we're going to talk about what the difference really is between a keyboard and a piano. I would much rather have a piano, but due to the size of our house, I don't really have the space for either an upright or much as I would prefer a baby grand piano. So we actually had to sell our upright because we just didn't have space for it. And I got a keyboard instead. Now at the church, I use something called a synthesizer, which is essentially a keyboard, but it houses many other sounds and it does lots of other weird things. I've got rhythms. I can make it talk in voices. I can play an entire drum kit with a series of buttons. This keyboard is not a synthesizer. This one is a good old regular electronic keyboard acting as a piano. So the particular brand I have is a fly cord. I've recommended other ones to numerous of other church members who have asked for recommendations. Roland is an excellent brand. Yamaha is an excellent brand. There's so many good ones out there that it's really depending on what you're looking for. So when I was looking to replace my keyboard about 2 years ago, because mine was, I believe, 17 years old at this time, I was looking for a couple specific things as a classically trained piano player. So my keyboard has the full 88 keys because I need them. Two, I have something called weighted keys. So weighted keys on a keyboard are meant to simulate the action of a piano. So whenever you push down a key on an acoustic piano, not a keyboard, a lot of mechanisms happen on the inside which create some resistance. So you'll notice that some pianos you can push a button and really easily that key makes sound. But some you have to push a little bit harder. Some have an extra point where it kind of clicks. This is just because of the action and its speed on the inside and how it is put together. So this keyboard does a pretty decent job of imitating the action of an upright or grand piano. So I like that. Also, it does dynamics. So key touch is another thing that's really important if you are choosing to get a keyboard. This one lets me play quietly or loudly, depending on how much force I put into playing that particular note. Now, you see, mine also is a little bit fancier. I did go for one that was more of a console that looked a little bit nicer, would look more like a piece of furniture. My previous one was a synthesizer, and it was very portable. You could pick it up and take it wherever you wanted. But whenever it sat in a room, you went, oh, there's a keyboard there. If this is sitting there, you see it more as a piece of furniture. So one of the things I did want to talk about today was the pedals. So I have to give you a little bit of a heads up in the talk about pedals. You get to see my dog because he's sound asleep at my feet. So here is my keyboard. This is my fly cord. And here is my dog. So down here are the pedals that you'll see on most standard pianos. Now the one everybody uses is the one on the right. This is your sustain. It's the one where you play and things continue to ring. Say, hi, Johan. He wasn't very happy about that. The pedal on the left, let me swing my leg around, is what we know as the soft pedal. So what it's going to do is make everything quieter. You can use both of these at the same time. You can use left and right together. If I take that off, your soft pedal comes in handy if you need to play under something. So for example, whenever we're doing the benediction at the 11 o'clock service or the prayers, I will use my left pedal as I continue to play underneath one of the pastors speaking. And that comes in handy so that I'm not overwhelming what they're saying, but I'm still providing enough sound in the background to be heard. So the pedal in the middle is the pedal that no one really knows. Depending on what piano you're on depends on what it does. The piano in my office, it acts as a practice pedal.
What it does is it adds a layer of felt to the strings so that you can practice very quietly without interrupting anyone. However, the middle pedal on a standard piano is not a practice pedal, but it acts more like, as I describe it, an organ pedal. So if I push down anything from the G below middle C to the end of the piano, and then I push this pedal down, that will sustain. However, everything above it does not continue to ring. So it's like a sustain pedal that works for the lower half of the piano. You can use both the middle pedal and the right pedal. I know I'm wearing dark socks today. You can use them both at the same time. And it works quite well because that low note will continue to sustain, and you can change the pedal freely on the top so that you are still able to pedal as you need to for the song. So one of the things that I like about having a keyboard is the goofy sounds that it makes. So when I was working on our music for Easter Sunday, I was working on the Hallelujah Chorus, and you can only play the Hallelujah Chorus so many times before you get a little bored and tired of playing the Hallelujah Chorus. So to add a little bit of variety to my practice, I changed the tone. This one has a limited section of different sounds that it makes. And I have to admit, sometimes you're going to hit a sound and go, whew, that sounds terrible. Well, just to be funny and to demonstrate, because I really wanted to, I chose number 15 on my keyboard. Number 15 on my keyboard is the accordion. So yes, I played the entire Hallelujah Chorus on the accordion sound, and I laughed the entire time. Now, the Hallelujah Chorus would take me about 4.5 minutes, and we don't have that much time today, so I'm going to play you the Arkansas Traveler on the accordion, and hopefully you get a good giggle out of it. Well, thank you for joining me for Musical Fun with Maureen this morning. If you have any questions about keyboards or the difference between keyboards and actual pianos, and maybe you're interested in getting one, feel free to send me an email. I love all things piano, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Well, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.